In this video, we're going to look at UCLA against Hawaii in week 0. I know everybody's excited to start the season off, and this was a really good tune-up here for UCLA before a big week against LSU. As most coaches know, it's a big jump from week 1 to week 2, so I think it's going to be a really good game next week in the Rose Bowl against LSU. So we'll look at a few plays. Obviously, Chip Kelly starting to get him rolling there at UCLA. Staple of what Chip Kelly did at Oregon and is wanting to do at UCLA. Right here, they're just going outside zone. They're stretching as fast as they can. They're in 2x2 set. Hawaii here is in a 4-2 box. They actually have an uncovered receiver down here to the bottom. They stretch it that direction. You have a 3-tech. You got a 1-tech backside. And right there you can see really good stretch. Everybody's having to go that way because it's running back. As soon as that ball snapped, that running back's in a sprint trying to get the edge. Right there getting good washes. And now they're able to pin all that backside. And that guy's not able to squeeze far enough because that quarterback's such a threat there with his legs. But we'll see the end zone view of it for a little bit better look. This is a great look right here. Obviously, you're just going to have your gap inside. And they actually pull their center. He has no threat there to his gap, so he ends up pulling around to the edge, trying to get there, just opens and he runs. And he gets around all that trash right there. Everybody else is reaching, just trying to stretch the field, run to that outside shoulder of the defender in your inside gap. And right here, he's trying to run to get to that linebacker. And as you can see, if he's flowing hard, we're just going to get a body on him. We're just going to run those guys as far as they can. Right here, you can see the guard on that nose. He's not getting vertical movement. He's getting horizontal movement, making those gaps change. And you can see how far that end has to squeeze down in order to hold that gap. And if he squeezes down far enough, now that quarterback can go out the backside. So, and obviously the types of quarterbacks that Chip Kelly likes, he's going to be able to go. But right there, you can see he pauses for just a little bit, and that is a wide lane just based on all that horizontal movement they're getting there with the line. And he's going to get right there to that backer to pin him. Good cut right there. Good job seeing it. Good patience. If you drew this cut up on the whiteboard, it would look like that. But obviously in the real world, when you're getting that horizontal movement, it's not as an abrupt of a cut as that. Right there, puts his feet in the ground, getting vertical, and you can see that end. He would have had to squeeze all the way past the hash there to make a play with that. And then, of course, running back right there in space. Chip Kelly running back is going to be able to finish in the end zone just like they do right there. We'll look at a few more plays from UCLA as well as one outside zone. Here's another look, very similar defensive alignment right there, running outside zone to the boundary. 2x2, also have an uncovered guy right there. He goes all the way up to the safety. But as you can see right here, Hawaii's getting a little bit of twist right here, and they're able to get the edge. And obviously that running back, his aiming point and his eyes go right there to the C gap because they want to just outrun and get to the edge. Right here you can see the guy that ended up pulling was this backside tackle. Nobody's inside gap. Must have been an A-gap player right there, so he just got a little bit of depth. He ended up going behind everybody as opposed to just run down the line because everybody was able to get vertical right there, so he's actually just going behind. Not able to get in front of the running back, but you can see he's just running. Everybody just turned their shoulders, they're running, trying to get horizontal movement. With that twist, they're able to get the edge. See that tackle, he gets the edge right there, and now they're sealing everything. And now they're out running in space, just like Chip Kelly was doing at Oregon. They're going to start doing there at UCLA, and it's going to be really tough to stop. This is a pretty interesting play from UCLA from a lot of different standpoints. Schematically, what they have right here, looks like they're running a bit of an option over here. They have a bit of a flood, so we got an FOR, got an out, and they've got a swing right here. On this initial play, these guys are kind of stacked up on top of each other. Later, they have a little bit better spacing, but as you can see right here, quarterback's eyes, pretty quick to go over there. Probably glancing, he saw that guy had rolled outside the box, so now he feels he's one-on-one on that side. As long as this safety stays high, it shouldn't be an issue there. Could put it down right there to him. He's just sitting it down in the space on that option route instead of taking it in there to the middle. If he would have been a little bit wider, he'd break back across his face. We have a couple clips of that. But right there, he doesn't like it, so he comes off of it. Great job finding space right there. Begins to scramble, getting vertical. And right about this point right here, you can see he's about to go airborne. This guy right here, he decides he's going to go airborne too and gets absolutely destroyed. He gets kneed in the face. That's not good for anybody. Get kneed in the face, lands on his head. That's not good. Never really seen a quarterback just jump in there and absolutely go Kerouac on a guy and knock him all the way on top of his head. But maybe that's kind of the year that's going to be for UCLA. Hey, man, we got a quarterback that's pretty athletic. He can play ball. Might not throw it, but then he also might go over there and try to jump over your guy, but then kick him directly in the face. And, that's kind of the way it is, man. Sometimes you get kicked in the face. Sometimes you land on your head. But we'll look at a few more plays with this scheme that UCLA ran against Hawaii. Here's another look at this same scheme. You can see there's a swing. We got that out there. We got an FOR. And he's working to the middle if the middle's open. So as you play it, you can see quarterback's eyes, they start here, sees a safety roll. Let's go ahead and get to the backside pretty quick. They're getting a little bit of blitz, 5-man pressure here. He sees there's a lot of space in the middle, so he's going to take it in right there. Good job by the quarterback getting off of it. Eyes started there. Find that option, get the ball out as quickly as you can. Good ball on his body on a 3rd and 5, right? Expecting pressure on a 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5. Trying to get that thing out before the sticks, which they do right here. You can see that the ball is caught right there about a yard short of the sticks, but then he's able to fall forward and get the first down. Pretty close to being a stop there for Hawaii, but I think that accurate ball being on his body, allowing him to not only protect himself, but then also turn and get upfield is kind of what saved that play. Good accurate ball there by the quarterback. Again, on that little option. Getting a lot of guys over there flying down to the flood. This flood concept over here, 3 receiver flood. And now we go backside when the middle vacates right there from that blitz. 2nd and 3 here, same concept again. I think there's a small coaching point that you could have right here that might give a little bit more space. Again, he's coming off, he's optioning there to the middle. Obviously right here, feel good about that receiver at all. We just say, hey man, just could take that vertical. He's flat-footed. He's not going to play it, but then they break it back into the slant. So as you watch this, quarterback, his eyes go straight here this time. Probably thinking there's pressure. Maybe there's a tail, with that safety being that tight, there's going to be some pressure from that side. But what I'd say is, hey, get your eyes over here, because the guy that almost makes a play is this linebacker, and he's just watching the quarterback's eyes. When they go here, he kind of sits, and then he bursts right over there as that ball is getting released. So right there, receiver does a great job hanging on to it, and he actually stays up. The defenders knock each other off the play. But if you look over there and the quarterback can just glance over here to this out, get him to hang for just a little bit longer, that may be a step or two more, so then maybe he can split those safeties and have a bigger play right there. But again, good throw, good completion right there. Some people might say, hey, that was behind the guy a little bit, but I think that's perfect. It's on his body. It protects him from that linebacker. If it's on his body, that guy from behind is not going to be able to step in and make a play there on the front side either. So I thought that was a real accurate ball on the body. Great catch right there by the receiver, and then also finishing the play, staying up, getting a few extra yards. Here's UCLA running their 4 verticals. Obviously one of the best plays in football. They have a bender right there from that receiver. Got a seam there, and you got what we call vertical reads on the outside. They can set it down if that guy's way off. If they can get over the top of him, they're going to keep going. But quarterback right here obviously catches it. He's looking for that bender right here with the forefront, 4-3, too high look right here. You can see that safety's way off. He's going to bend right there. And if you have space in between those backers right there, you can fit that bender into that window. And right here, 1, 2, 3, gets onto that back foot. He's ready to throw. As soon as he bends, you can see that receiver bending into that window. How wide it is right now, it's gotten a little wide. He's trying to fall underneath those flat routes and getting it there before that safety. So a lot of pace on that football. Good throw and catch there in the window with 4 verticals. And you can see up here, that receiver starting to set it down. He's staying seam, so he's not bending. So right there, great read, great throw and catch right there against that too high look with 4 verticals. Another scheme that Chip Kelly pulled out in the run game was just a little bit of a pin and pull going right there to the front side, and they were running it to the trips. Downhill path right there as opposed to coming across like they were doing with the outside zone. But right here you can see forefront, so right there they're basing that center, but actually pulls around from the front side. They block back right there, and then he pulls around, ends up blocking his defensive end. That twists into the gap right there. Obviously not going to pass up color, but he's thinking probably going there. And with that, how quickly they're hitting downhill, almost like a trap, they're hoping that this backside end is not going to be able to make a play, so they're not going to read him, spreading the quarterback out that direction. But they ran it to the trips there. Again, it's that forefront, kind of interesting way to try to change it up if you're always crossing the quarterback's face right there. Just a downhill pin and pull, trying to take care of those 3 front side down linemen and those 2 linebackers in the box. Was able to create a couple big plays with it. There's another look at the same play right here in the first quarter. You can see Hawaii's flying down right there, probably looking for some kind of a run, maybe outside zone going that direction, thinking that he's got to fly down. Now he's going to come to it, and he's going to go straight downhill to the backside. Base, that center ends up pulling right here with all these guys right here working there with a little bit of a twist. They just scoop that and then pin that to the backside. And right there you can see huge gash right there. Even they got their inside receiver folding in there for the linebacker. And so again, the numbers right there, just Hawaii was trying to guess, probably outside zone going away from the back. So he's going to cross the quarterback's face. But right there they guessed wrong, and right there UCLA obviously got really good football players. This looks a lot like something that would happen at Oregon. Right here, you just got a really good football player running through, getting into space. A little bit of misdirection there from Chip Kelly and the rest of the UCLA Bruins, creating a big play right there against Hawaii for a big touchdown.